Whoa!
Welcome to the What's Up Verdict podcast, where we fashion ourselves cinematic judge and jury. My name is JJ Crowder. I'm here with my co-hosts Javier Ortiz
What is up, my nerds?
and Ian Anderson.
Some shit.
We appreciate your help growing the podcast. Go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, and the bell notification button so you never miss out on a spoiler-free review or any other episode we post up on YouTube. So go ahead and check out our website, whatsupverdict.com, where you can sign up for our newsletter to get exclusive content and updates, pick up some sweet merch, and as always, interact with us. The question we always ask is if you ever find yourself wondering if you spend the time, money, or both on a movie, well, we're here to answer that question for you. Each week we do put a movie on trial, discuss the facts, pass judgment, and let you know our verdict. This is our spoiler-free review. We'll rate this movie on a 3-tiered scale. Worth it, meaning you should watch this movie as soon as possible. Stream it. You wait until you can watch it for free from the comfort of your couch. And finally, not impressed, meaning you shouldn't watch this movie at all. Our deep dive reviews are available every Monday wherever fine podcasts are found: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Ghana, just to name a few. Today we're reviewing The Protege. It was released August 20th, 2021. It was written by Richard Wenk. It was directed by Martin Campbell. It stars Maggie Q, Michael Keaton, Sam Jackson, and Robert Patrick. When her mentor and father figure is killed, an elite assassin vows revenge for the man who taught her everything she knows. Yeah, let's spoiler-free this thing. I went into this movie with little to no expectations just because it just seemed like another cookie cutter killer movie, and boy was I right.
I was going to say, I don't feel like that's going to end how I thought it was going to end, but it did.
Yeah. This I was hoping this movie would subvert some expectations, try to do something different, and I think it tried, and it failed miserably. It was confusing at times. It was bogged down. It felt really long, even coming in at the 1 hour and 50 minutes to me. I was like, geez.
It was less than 2 hours.
Yeah, it was less than 2
Man,
hours.
there's a lot of downtime in that movie.
Yeah.
It starts really slow.
The whole thing's slow. There's moments of burst action in the middle, spotted throughout it, but it's kind of a slow burn. And don't get me wrong, Michael Keaton and Maggie Q on screen together was entertaining as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Their interactions were fantastic. Outside of that, there wasn't much that there wasn't much that kept me interested in this movie. Even to the point that Casey leaned over about halfway through and she goes, "Are you bored? Because I'm dragging right now." So it's a slow burn. I feel like it hits all of the archetypes that you expect with this movie and tries to do something different and just doesn't do it well. So so torn on this movie because there were fun parts to it, but I think the parts where they tried so much just outweigh the parts that were actually entertaining. So I'm gonna go personally with a not impressed. I could skip this movie. I don't think you certainly shouldn't go waste money or time at the theater. It's not worth that, but maybe watch it if there's absolutely nothing else when it starts streaming. Maybe, but I just wasn't impressed. So
okay, my turn. I'm going to anchor JJ a little bit. It was not that bad.
Pretty bad.
It was not that bad. We've seen some pretty bad movies this is not one of them. It was, to JJ's credit, if you're going to slap on from the creators of John Wick, I expect at least in the ballpark of a John Wick movie, which this is not. So it is very disappointing if that's your expectation. Which creators of John Wick? Who that was involved in John Wick was involved in this movie? The cameraman? because it certainly wasn't the writers.
Yeah,
Right,
I
It's probably
have
the
no idea.
wardrobe
The
department.
wardrobe.
Maggie Q had a
Yeah,
lot of
so-
different like changes in wardrobe, so
That's true.
That's true. Which I wasn't complaining. It just didn't. It just wasn't like it didn't really add to the story. Anyway, I'm getting off track here.
Yeah.
I expected a lot more action, and there's really only like 5 action scenes in this whole movie. Which, by the way, the most brutal of which is done by Michael Keaton. So that's a little weird. I wasn't expecting that. The relationship between Michael Keaton and what's her name, Maggie Q.
Maggie Q. Yeah.
That was unique, right? That was something I don't think we've really seen in a movie before, where it's like someone on the bad guy side is like flirting with the protagonist. So it just got a little weird. With I also had a problem with like the line delivery. It just seemed like the dialogue was not great, which maybe that was the John Wick-esque Keanu Reeves influence, which is the line delivery dialogue was weird. But other than that, like,
good one.
oh, also there's some problems with the storyline. Man, maybe this movie wasn't that great.
I told you.
And it does feel a little long. Man, I haven't said one good thing about this. Hold on, let me think about this. Oh damn. Yeah, there's not a lot of good things to say about this movie.
Well, and to kind of make you feel better, probably it's actually I've been looking at it while you're talking. It's actually not connected to John Wick in any way. It's the Equalizer movies that it's connected to.
Oh,
So,
I thought the trailer said that it was from the John Wick
Yeah.
creators.
I'm not seeing
John Wick was
any.
mentioned in the trailer.
Yeah, I'm not
it's-
seeing anybody that's connected with John Wick in any way.
Oh, dude, I just got bait and switched. Are you kidding me?
No, I mean I'm sure somewhere along the line, but the main people, like there's like 19 producers, right? So I haven't looked at all of them, but it's got to be a producer somewhere.
Okay, so with that in mind, this is
Yeah.
much more like the Equalizer for sure,
Sure.
where they try to go like real heavy on the storyline to make people like Mattson feel better about themselves watching an action movie. But like, if I'm gonna go see a movie like this, it's not for the storyline, which is lacking in this movie. But the acting is really good. The action that is there is really fun. The I don't know. They have like a background and like character backgrounds, which I think are entertaining. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it at this. I think it's worth streaming, right? Like it was okay. Definitely don't go to the movies and see it though. But it's not like that bad, right? It's not like it's like middle of the road, maybe a little bit less. Anyway, Ian, why don't you bring us home because
I found the
clearly
connection.
I don't know how I feel about this movie. Apparently,
It's the fact that this movie was released by Lionsgate, which is the same company that released John Wick. That's the only connection. When it comes to the people that actually make the movie
That's it.
and produced it and things like that, it was more connected to the Equalizer. But Legend
Wow,
or
that is
Lionsgate Productions, which is a production company, is the one that released John Wick. So there's your connection.
so that makes me angry. You
Yeah.
can't say from the
I
from
feel
the
like-
people who brought you John Wick and literally have none of the people who brought you John Wick.
I mean, technically you can because it is still the studio that brought you John Wick, but
Then
that's your only
yeah.
connection.
Wow.
I have a lot of issues with trailers these days, and that's just adding to that list.
Sure. All right, Ian,
Well,
hit us with your spoiler free, sir.
I'm gonna echo what you guys said. I think this definitely was a lot slower pace than I was expecting. Like I kept waiting for it to ramp up, and then it ended, and it just didn't ever like get there.
It's like a beat that never
Trying to think of
drops.
something you right? Oh yeah, it's something. I will say though, this one had some very brutal, like surprising violence. Like there's a couple of times where I was surprised by it. I definitely know Javier was because I saw him like jump in the seat. And, oh yeah, so it was.
Dude, you know
That was
there's
kinda
people
fun that way.
brainstorming like, what can we put through someone's eye?
Yeah.
And boy, they're getting good at their job.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that one. So yeah, I'm in the camp of like it's an average movie. Like if you don't have anything else to watch, like go ahead and stream this. You probably won't really watch it again, and it's like a once I've seen it, I'm good type movie. But yeah, there's just not a lot there to talk about. Like at least not until I do want to deep dive on this story because I have a lot of questions about
Yeah, there's
the
a lot.
morality. Like,
There's a
Yeah.
lot to unpack.
Yeah,
there
let's
with
jump
the story.
into an assassin's moral code.
Yeah.
yes.
So what's your rating, Ian? Stream it?
Oh, stream it. Yeah, stream
Oh,
it.
okay. I missed it. Sorry.
Nice. See, JJ,
Oh,
you're so
you're good.
dramatic.
No.
I
It's
put
'cause
it
I
into
was-
the sentence trying to like be fancy with it, but I guess it didn't work.
No, you probably did great with it. I was just trying to wrap my head around the moral code in this movie again. So, because you brought that up, can't wait for the deep dive on this one. I haven't ripped a movie apart in a long time, and I'm gonna.
I was looking, and we've only had one 4, like rating of a 4 in the last 20 weeks. It's
Wow.
crazy.
Stillwater.
No, Quiet
Stillwater.
Place.
What was it, Ian?
Quiet Place Part 2.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was
Oh
gonna
yeah.
say.
Because Ian tanked, or not Ian, Matson tanked Stillwater.
Mhm. Yeah, we've had movies that are close, and then like one person tanks it. So it's interesting. All right. Well, there it is. The Protege. I've been outvoted. So stream it when it comes out and it's available. If you follow movies like I do, you could probably skip it and you're not going to lose. any sleep
You don't get
over
to put that caveat. Go stream it. You know them rules.
it. I had to get my last and final dig in there before the deep dive, which I'm going to go ham on this movie. So we appreciate you tuning in for our spoiler free. Like I said, check out our deep dive. It'll be out Monday, August 23rd. And then join us next week for, it's a little behind when it came out, but finally ready to review Jungle Cruise. Should be interesting. So that's next week. And then we're working on some stuff with our website and some emails. So get on that email list so we can send out our schedule for September for you. We are working on that. So get in on that. We should have some interesting movies for that one. Check us out also on our Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, which Javier's still working on his posts for Twitter. Should be fun when that starts getting handled. And then, we're going to start posting a little bit more on Instagram and Facebook, and keep watching for that as well. Join the conversation. Let us know what you want to watch. We're working on a couple other things that hopefully we can get you guys involved in and making some decisions for what movies we're going to be watching in the future. So watch for that. And again, to do that, just sign up for our newsletter. We don't overwhelm you with emails. It's not how we work. We just send right now just one, maybe 2 a month. So check that out at our website, whatsourverdict.com. You can also email us at hosts@whatsourverdict.com. We always appreciate that. And then, of course, leave us a review, especially on Apple Podcasts. Helps us grow the podcast. We appreciate it. Tell a friend. And thanks for joining us. We'll catch you on the next one.
Bye-bye now.
Cinemagic out.
Whoa!